Good evening, everyone. Got another report on the East Palestine derailment. This one from Norfolk Southern on changes they want to make. So we're going to cover, I found my Conrail timetable. And that's in blue. And it shows milepost 79.6 had a dragging equipment detector. It's been upgraded. It's actually further west. I thought it was much further west. When I did it, I thought it was west. It's actually a little bit east. So they upgraded it to hot box or hot bearing detector, dragging equipment detector. So next one, about 10 miles later, Salem, it's still there. Hot box and dragging equipment. That's what it was. That's what it is. Columbiana had a dragging equipment detector. Nothing on the scanner when we went by, so I don't have the modern timetable tell me if it's there or not. And then East Palestine's in the same place. I don't agree with anything putting that in a highly populated area or a major waterway. It should be before it goes into East Palestine, east and west, or any other place. Forget the E on we'll call it East Palestine there. New Galilee, that's the detector I went looking for. It was just dragging equipment. I knew it was there. It's now gone. And then I didn't go down Beaver Falls. That's the next dual hot box detector DED. It's almost like they took the DEDs out in Sebring. They made it a dual and just took the other ones out. Like I said, I'm not positive, but listened on scanner, never heard any radio calls. So that's what it was. My new Conrail, Norfolk Southern, that's what it is on that stretch between Beaver Falls and Alliance, Ohio. On the other side of Alliance at Maximo, there's a combo, but this train might have come off the Cleveland line into the CP Alliance. Still not, I didn't go into that. So Norfolk Southern is talking about adding 200 more detectors system-wide and one west of East Palestine. So if you go 30.6 is the one if they're trains coming from the east. And that is a little over 39 miles, so they didn't cover that. And it doesn't matter how many they put them in. These things, they trigger to go off 170 degrees. It read 150 so when it came to Salem. Half a mile after the video at Butech Bliss where it was on fire. And that's a street I live on. And there is a Coltrane video where it says the axle was cut in half. That guy said the train went about a little over 6 miles after registering about 64 degrees or 68 degrees. And the bearing, he went out, at least he picked up the pieces of the bearing and everything. So in 6 miles, 40-some degrees, that one failed. And on his system, 150 is the failed trigger. And they're going to go with multi-scanning devices, reevaluate the trigger temps, which is, that ain't working. And then what are the trigger temps? It was 10 degrees Fahrenheit, high wind chill plus the wind chill of the moving train. They're going to add acoustic bearing detectors, add cameras, and increase their safety or whatever, which they always say that stuff. So I'm saying sound all higher temps of your hotbox detectors via radio to the train crew. Not only when they're your critical temperatures, so they could decide, and the dispatchers. There's no reason in today's modern world that cannot be done. You can check a previous video on the temperatures in Sebring, Salem, and East Palestine, and only the one in East Palestine. And once they went into a dynamic brake, which is just the engine braking, the train went into an automatic emergency brake because the hoses were disconnected because what was behind them derailed. And there's nothing on here about a new braking system. Everything's just antiquated and old. The train stretches and contracts all the time. So that's what I would say. All higher temps call out the axle number to the train and dispatchers. So set your trigger temps low. And then they can decide or stop the train. The other thing is shorten the goddamn trains so the trainmen can get out there and inspect. This last derailment, Springfield, Ohio, was over 200 train cars, much longer than this train. Also, consider any train with any hazardous material whatsoever as a hazardous material train. Any of them, all of them. If they got one damn car on that train, label it hazardous waste. If NNS doesn't do it, the government needs to step in and do it. And these units need to be tested with manufactured equipment. Approved. Not a freaking charcoal electric starter like I seen on another video of a railroad where they had two hanging in the test thing. What do these things do at colder and higher temperatures out in the environment? Like I said, it was 10 degrees. Your system failed. And like I said, place those so trains can stop in the least dangerous areas of waterways and human lives. Downtown East Palestine was like the most stupid location of this stuff, and the other one here in Salem, because it's going to stop on that diagonal and everything's going to drift into Salem on eastbound winds. And the other one's in Sebring. Put them out in the middle of nowhere. Between Sebring and Alliance, you better protect that Mahoning River. If you screwed that up, it would be the end of your company. Myself, I would replace the CEO and the entire board of directors. They got to go because the only thing that's on their mind is profits for shareholders. There's nothing on here about increasing maintenance people. Nothing. In fact, they want to go to one person per train after having the conductor and engineer, and then you had crew in the cabooses. They were still using cabooses when I worked there and getting rid of them. Shorten trains, increase the maintenance personnel, test this stuff in all different temperatures. It was snowing that night also. This has got to stop. This is it's just pure greed. It's raking in money. And to the people of East Palestine, when I worked there on the railroad, I wasn't too impressed. Run of the mill. When I worked there in real estate 2 decades ago, wasn't too impressed. Run of the mill. No reason to go there. 1451 is the way you go to Pennsylvania. Like 30 years ago, the bridge was closed, so everybody went through Palestine. When I went there this time to check a few days after the derailment, I was impressed at what you guys did with East Palestine. You've come a long way in 20 years since I did real estate. You really impressed me. And it was all ruined by Norfolk Southern. Train, it was over 1 3/4 miles long. They got these detectors, and the damn thing was on fire going by the Salem one. 20 miles. 20 miles. When I was in the military and stuff like this happened, the higher-ups disappeared and they were all replaced. That's what needs to happen. And you got Darlington, Pennsylvania, and then you got downstream to Negley, Ohio, down to the Ohio River and East Liverpool. I don't know what the water effects are down there. But for you guys in East Palestine or anybody else working on this, I tried this last time. The spring birds are out singing everywhere. Go see where they're not singing or they are singing around East Palestine and record it. That's got to be in the morning when birds are up and happy to come back north. So like and share, check out all the other videos, and visit Physics Girl on her YouTube channel. She's seriously ill. She needs the hits. That's how she makes her money. As of yet, I don't have anything monetary coming off my videos. I'm just doing it so my kids have something to look at, or my grandchildren later on in life. Once I figure it out, I might give it a try, though. But yeah, stop in on Physics Girl. See, I don't, you can tell I don't edit or redo anything. Whatever I say is what you get. I did the editing and all that stuff a decade ago on No Rust Studios. So I'm going to be hitting 60 in a couple months. I'll try to learn my new Pinnacle 26, 24, whatever it is. And, but this is going to go on as is. So I'll use that when I can. It just takes hours to seem to stitch them together and then render them. But Pinnacle is what I used when I used to make Blu-rays and DVDs years ago. You can go on Elto Super, ELTOSUPER, and I've got a video, and I brought one of those old shoulder-held cams to Conway Yards, and did the Westinghouse computer system during a blizzard at rest, show the blizzard, then show the computer working, and it's all tubes and relays. So none of these I can make money on, like I said, and keep Physics Girl in your thoughts and prayers. Stop on by. You'll learn something. You'll enjoy her. Take care, and I hope you all stay safe.